Thank you very much for joining us. Yes, it is the arena, and I'm Samson Oledi. Welcome to the show today. Now, let's begin with business news on the show. The 2022 UEFA European Women's Football Championship is expected to deliver £54 million in economic activity to a tournament's 9 host cities, and this is according to a study by Ernst & Young. The 9 destinations, Brighton and Hove, London, Manchester, Milton Keynes, Rotherham, Sheffield, Southampton, Trafford, as well as Wigan and Lee, are set to welcome 96,000 international visitors from 95 territories for the tourney, which takes place in England from the 6th to the 31st of July. The report from UEFA and English football's governing body FA, produced by professional services firm EY, states that the Women's Euro 2020 International Championship broadcast would also reach an audience of 250 million across at least 195 territories globally. Host cities will also likely see a positive socioeconomic impact thanks to more than 5,500 people taking part in the volunteer program. The report reveals that ticket sales for the tournament are on track to double the attendance of Women's Euro 2017 in the Netherlands, which welcomed more than 240,000 fans. UEFA last August announced that more than 140,000 tickets had been sold for the Women's Euro 2022 Championship, including 53,000 for the final at Wembley Stadium. The tournament is also aiming to provide more than 500,000 inclusive opportunities for women and girls to participate and engage with football through focused efforts of legacy groups within each of the host cities. Still talking sports business news, Premier League clubs could soon face a ban on shirt sponsorship deals with betting brands after a proposal to outlaw such agreements was included in a UK government draft white paper. The Department of Digital, Culture, Media and Sports confirmed it will be releasing the policy documents in the coming weeks, setting out the proposals for future legislation on what it says will make UK gambling laws fit for the digital age. Across English football's top flight and second-tier championship, betting shirt sponsorship deals were worth a combined £100 million during the 2021-2022 season. The English Football League, which runs the 3 professional football tiers below the Premier League, says that a ban on gambling deals could cause teams to lose out on £40 million annually. In April, the UK's Committee of Advertising Practice announced plans to ban betting adverts from featuring sports stars and social media influencers. In addition, betting firms will be prevented from including teams' official kits and stadiums in any potential campaigns, as well as showing video game content. Now let's wrap up sports business news at this time with this one coming from the International Olympic Committee's financial statement for 2021, which shows that the organization saw its revenue in the 2017 to 2021 cycle increase to $7.6 billion, up from $5.7 billion in the previous Olympiad. For 2021, the IOC said it recognized $4.2 billion in total revenue, courtesy of the rescheduled Tokyo 2020 Games. Total assets at 31st December 2021 were $5.6 billion compared to $5.7 billion in 2020. Cash and cash equivalents of current assets were $548.9 million, down from $866.6 million at the end of 2020. Now, the IOC's Olympic Partner Worldwide Sponsorship Program brought in $835.6 million in revenue for the year 2021. Television broadcasting rights pulled in $3.1 billion as well. The organization added that it had supported the Olympic movement with the equivalent of $4.2 million per day for 365 days a year in the entire 2017 to 2020-21. Now, the IOC hailed Tokyo 2020 as the most digital games ever, stating that a total of 3.05 billion unique viewers tuned into coverage across linear TV and digital platforms, resulting in 28 billion video views in total. Starting with the world of boxing, Saul Canelo Alvarez has disclosed that his next bout will be the trilogy against Gennady Golovkin as against the rematch against Dmitry Bivol. Now, it must be said that the Mexican superstar disclosed this yesterday at his invitational golf tournament taking place in Mexico, where he stated that rather than take up the Bivol rematch, which was scheduled for September, he would now decide to go ahead with the trilogy against Golovkin. It must be said that the first bout ended in a controversial draw, with so many people deeming Golovkin the winner of that, while the rematch had Saul Canelo Alvarez edging that narrowly to get the win. So the trilogy is what everyone is expecting, and there are no official dates yet or venue, but in due course we should be able to get that, talking about Golovkin and as well as Alvarez, the third bout itself. Now joining me on the show is Ojo Kayode, a sports analyst. Thanks for making it to the show today.
Thank you so much, Samson.
It's good to have you back, and you look dapper, really.
Thank you so much.
Let's delve into the world of football. There's so much to talk about, but let's start with one that is similarly controversial, and that's about Kurt Zouma, the former Chelsea defender. He was at the Thames Magistrate Court today facing 3-count charge under the Animal Welfare Act, 2 regarding suffering of the cat, and the 3rd failing to protect his cat from injuries, disease, and what have you. What do you make of this, really?
It's when you are in, like they say, when you are in Nigeria, you behave
like a Nigerian.
Like a Nigerian. Now, when you are in UK, you have to comply with the laws that governs both animals, human being, and what have you. So, and when you look at that now, he pleaded guilty to those offences.
Yes.
Under the animal cruelty law of the UK. So it's just the law taking its course. Because when something happens within the confines of your home and then you put it on social media,
yes,
you expose yourself to every other scrutiny from every government agencies or anyone that has to do with animal or whatever things you show yourself to the world through the social media. And so that's what they're just going through now. It's just going through the normal, the authorities.
The law is just taking its course.
Yes, yes. And
it must be said, for those who do not know, you also have Zouma's brother, Yuan, who actually filmed, the incident and posted it online. He has also been, charged or slammed with 2 counts regarding, aiding and abetting of making, the pets, the cats in question, to suffer, among other things. This is quite unfortunate, it must be said. It cost Kurt Zouma £250,000 fine from West Ham. It cost his club, West Ham United, several sponsorship deals, as well as, their ties were either suspended or even severed completely, while Zouma himself also lost sponsors. Again, it is what it is, and we hope that, going forward, those who have pets treat their pets with respect. Now let's talk about the season. The season just ended, but several clubs are already hitting the market when it comes to a transfer window, and Liverpool have signed prized Fulham teenager Fabio Cavallo on a 5-year deal. The 19-year-old is promising several clubs, but Liverpool once again showing that they have the nose for the market and they're getting it done. Yeah,
a 19-year-old in that impressive Fulham team,
yes,
who has 11 goals and 8 assists. So and the recent recruitment for Liverpool Football Club is so
astonishing.
It's astonishing.
They don't buy too many players.
Whenever I see Liverpool going after a player, I know there is something in that player that many of these football teams have not seen, until when you see them putting on that red shirt, before you see them exhibiting the kind of football what they see in them before they buy them.
And we should just expect that, it delivers. Avi Elliott was promising until that unfortunate
yeah, but another thing about the Liverpool team is that it might not be an immediate impact that they are planning for. Look at him, he's just a 19-year-old kid, so it might not be an immediate impact, but we are sure that in the course of next season, through the preseason tour, and then next season they will also be featuring in the Liverpool
Cup competitions.
Yes, in those matches.
Okay, still talking Premier League football, we have to talk about Chelsea. They've been in the news regarding the imminent sale of the club. The latest is that the UK government is set to approve of the sale within the next 24 hours, and that's information reaching us about now. Now, for this sale, it's been one, loophole or the other, one stumbling block or the other. The latest is that Roman Abramovich has an Israeli passport, is a Russian citizen. He also has a Portuguese passport. In other words, the authorities over there need to also license, the takeover before it's effective. But we're looking at the 24-hour window. You think finally the uncertainties around Chelsea Football Club can be laid to rest?
I just wish so. Before the show, I was discussing with you that how possible will it be for this kind of a thing to be concluded within 24 hours?
Yes.
Because Todd Boehly and his consortium team, even the entire Chelsea squad, they are just willing, they are just, eager to hear what exactly is going to be the time they will conclude all of these things, so that the coach, Thomas Tuchel, and the entire team will be able to make out plans ahead for the pre-season tour towards next season.
And you think that even when Boli comes in, there will be that certainty regarding either player transfers or those who are willing to stay, including Thomas Tuchel himself?
Of course, when Boli comes in, first of all, I believe by now you would have discussed with the coach as to what I have in mind for this football club. Are you willing to go with these ideas? Are you willing to go with this vision and this so long time or short term plans that you have for the football club? So it now depends on what he discussed with the coach. That's what the coach will pass on to his staff and then to the entire team. So it's important for them to lay marker down at now, so that they will be able to prepare, especially for the preseason that is just by the corner.
Okay.